All right, how many of you actually eat breakfast every morning? Raise your hand. I do not. However, when I do have breakfast, it is nice to start my day with a nice bowl of cereal. There's something really charming about it. It's also nice and nostalgic. It reminds me of the simpler days back when I was a kid, and the only thing I had to really worry about was, well, which cereal am I going to eat this morning? Now, back when I was a little kid, my parents were frugal and they didn't always want to buy the name brand cereals. So they would often go for the store brand. And I'm not going to lie, back then I was actually a pretty big brand snob. Like if it wasn't Kellogg's or it wasn't General Mills, I was not interested. But nowadays I'm a little bit more open-minded, and honestly, I've always wondered, how do these off-brand or store brand cereals compare to the real thing? And yeah, that's exactly why I'm making this video. I want to know, are the name brand cereals actually that different from these cheaper alternatives from the store? I've never actually done this for myself. This is my first time doing this, and I'm actually really excited about it. But you know what? Before we get started, we need to go to Aldi and we need to find some cereals. All right, it's very dusty over here, but I'm headed to Aldi to get some cereals. All right, here we are. I have never seen an Aldi that looks quite like this one, so let's go in there and see what they got. So Aldi is actually one of my new favorite stores. I'm starting to go to the store at least once a week just because I love shopping here. I think you can get a lot of good food for a really good deal. Going in, I actually did not really know what I was looking for. You can see in these clips, I'm actually quite a bit uncertain as to what I should choose. It did take me a little while, but I did eventually settle on Honey Grams and Cinnamon Balance, which are obviously spin-offs. Well, maybe not so obviously with the Cinnamon Balance, but the Cinnamon Balance is a spin-off of the Quaker Life cinnamon specifically, and the Honey Grams is General Mills Golden Grams. All right, Aldi was a success. So they did not have the name brand cereals that I'm going for. Again, I'm looking for Cinnamon Life. I'll take that out, I'll never put it back in. Cinnamon Life and Golden Grams. I should probably write that down. I will probably forget that. Yeah, back to the video. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get into this. Look what we got. We've got the Honey Grams cereal, and we've got the Cinnamon Balance. And of course, naturally, we have the Cinnamon Life, and we have Golden Grams, which is a very tall box. Here we are, look at that. There they all are. We've got all the cereals right here. Definitely hard to fit them all in my frame, but yeah, let's go ahead and give this a shot. How do I make this video actually interesting, right? I want to compare these, but I don't have any way of doing like an assisted blind taste test or anything like that. So like, what am I going to do? Well, I've thought about this, and there's a YouTuber named Ethan Klabowski. He does a lot of food taste tests and a lot of food like science videos. He's definitely worth watching, especially if you find cooking interesting. But I've actually decided to take a leaf out of his book, and I'm going to do a Lazy Susan assisted taste test. Now the problem is, I do not actually have a Lazy Susan. So what do? Do I go buy one? Well, as it turns out, my microwave has a turntable, and the turntable has one of these that helps keep it centered. And you can easily get this out by simply removing the glass plate and then, well, lifting this out. And this will actually create a very nice Lazy Susan. So here I've got a plate and some ramekins, which I'm gonna be using for this. Basically, I've got 4 different ramekins. Each one actually has a label on them. This one's labeled real, and this one is labeled fake. And yes, both sets of these ramekins have those stickers on them. I might forget which one is real and which one is fake, if I'm being honest with you. So that's why I went ahead and labeled them. Basically, you just take this thing right here, and you place a large plate on top. Now my plates do have this foot design, which does help, but any plate should work so long as it is bigger than the surface. In fact, there you go. It's not even centered really well, but it actually does a pretty fantastic job. So all I gotta do is just spin it like that. And I can randomize this really nicely. Another concern that I have is that these ramekins are a little bit slippery when they're on, well, porcelain. So as you can see, if I place it here, it doesn't really move. I don't know. But maybe when it has cereal in it, it'll have more mass, and I just don't want this thing sliding around and potentially just being weird. So I'm gonna use one of these, which is a trivet, in case y'all don't know. Basically, this is something that you use to put a casserole on the countertop when you are taking it out of the oven, so that way you don't wind up burning your worktop, like your countertop or your table or anything. You use one of these. It just kind of elevates it and keeps it from burning. So I'm just gonna put that right there. And yeah, that'll actually keep these nice and stable and will also prevent from scratching the plate. And now as you can see, I can spin that at will. Get them really, really mixed up and lose complete track of which one is which. And of course, I do have a blindfold. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with this. I'm gonna go ahead and begin with the Golden Graham / Honey Grahams. I'm pretty familiar with Golden Grahams. I've had both Golden Grahams and Cinnamon Life multiple times, but I actually do not think I have ever had Aldi brand cereal. Where I'm from, my hometown, we actually don't have an Aldi. Recently, a somewhat nearby town got an Aldi, but that town is like 40 minutes away and you gotta climb down a really steep mountain and then you gotta climb back up the really steep mountain. It's not the most ideal commute for a quick grocery trip. But now that I live in a city, I actually do have access to an Aldi, so obviously this is a lot more readily available. In fact, I don't think I've been to the same Aldi twice since I've started shopping at Aldi's. They're everywhere around here, I love it. All right, so this is Golden Grahams. I actually have already opened it in case you didn't notice. And just to confirm for you guys, this is the real ramekin. As you can see, I do have the sticker, so let's go ahead and pour some in. That should be enough. All right, let's go ahead and do the Honey Grahams. Let's see if there's any visual difference in them. All right, just opening the bag. Okie dokie. That should be about right. So visually, that's Golden Grahams. Now I know the ramekins are different colors. Unfortunately, I do not have ramekins that are all the same color, so they are gonna look different, but actually, as you can see, these do be looking pretty similar. Now actually, I do need to add milk to this. And yes, what is cereal without some milk? So yeah, I did get some milk when I was at Aldi. Still good. I did film the Aldi clips like a week ago, so you never know, but anyway. And we're gonna be quick about this, because obviously milk makes cereal soggy. A little bit there. Oh, it's a Lazy Susan. How nice. And a little bit there. I do actually have a blindfold. This is a sleep mask, so we're good there. Go and put that on. And I just swiped my phone. How dare I? Get that recording back. There we go. Sorry, myself. I was actually breaking that clip up into individual clips, and then I decided it's probably easiest just to record a consistent one, but now I just broke it up again, so that's fun. Grab a spoon. I do have 2 spoons, so we don't get this too mixed up. All right, here I'm gonna spin this way. Try not to knock anything over. Ugh. These ramekins are very close to the edge. What was I thinking? Oh, man. Okay. Now, you guys might actually remember which color ramekin is which. I don't. So, hold on. I really wow, this is, okay. There's a ramekin. Here we go. Let's try this one. See what this is. Right there. The spoon was upside down. Okay. I'm new to this. Thank you very much. There we go. Okay, that's not easy. Let me focus. Where is the... there, okay, ramekin is right here. Okay, there we go. Helps maybe to hold it. Okay. This is a very familiar flavor, a very familiar taste. I would be very convinced that this is the real one. Actually, where's my phone? Hopefully this is the right way up. I think that might be the real one. That tastes exactly like what I know Golden Grahams taste like. All right, so I'm just gonna spin this about 180 till we get this one. Let's try this one. Oh, wow. The one thing that stands out to me about these, and I didn't see this visually when I was pouring, these have a different texture, and I think the squares are bigger. Other than that though, I have to say, flavor is spot on. And the box design itself is actually pretty convincing. I don't even know where I put the box. I don't even know if it's still in frame, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to get better at that. These are probably, yeah, I'm gonna still stand by. These are the Aldi ones, and these are the real ones. I'm gonna stand by that. I think that's right. These are exactly what I'm familiar with. These do have a little bit of a different texture to them, but flavor is spot on. In fact, I can tell you, you know what, here, let's find out. Well, you know what, let me say what I was gonna say first, and then we're gonna find out if I'm right. I can tell you with full confidence, if you poured me a bowl of these without showing me the box, or if I was not paying full attention, maybe I'm tired because it's the morning, and I don't actually know, like, I can't actually tell that Honey Grams is the fake cereal, I might actually believe that these are real. I'm not even kidding you. But yeah, these are definitely, I think these are real. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and take the blindfold off. Let's see how I did. Okay, I do need a like. Yes, I did it. These are in fact fake. Oh, wow. Okay, I don't know why I just drank them. That was pretty dumb because I might want to keep making points. However, as I said, these, the fake ones, were definitely different in texture. I also think they were different in size, but yeah, no. I have to say, Millville Honey Grams are actually very convincing. I would happily substitute those for the real thing. I happily would. All right, so I am gonna go ahead and finish off the real ones, just so that way they're finished. Yeah, these don't have as much flavor, the real ones actually. Huh, that's actually cool. That's fascinating. So actually, I prefer the off-brand the Millville Honey Grams, which is a great name for a cereal knockoff company, Millville. And it's funny because everything is called Millville, including the ones that are not based on General Mills cereals. All right, let's place these new ramekins. This one is real, this one is fake, so just so I know, real is on the left and fake is on the right. Let's go ahead and do these. Now I'm actually really excited to try these because I've actually been having a hankering for some Cinnamon Life recently. I love Cinnamon Life. It's really good. It's a really simple cereal. And yeah, I've just been wanting to have some for a little while. And who knows, this could become a replacement. I guess maybe I should have shown you all the boxes first. So as you can see, this is the box for this one. One thing I will notice, the picture, that really does not look like Cinnamon Life. That actually almost looks a bit like, what are they called? They're squares. I'm gonna have to look up a picture of them. But these look almost like a different cereal. However, that color scheme is what makes me think these are actually trying to be Cinnamon Life. As you can see, they have the exact same colors, the Google colors basically. Let's go ahead and pour the real cereal first. I do need to go ahead and open this. Okay. As for the pour, there we go. That is way too much. Whoops, I just poured so much of that. I am excited for some Life, and that is real, as you can see. So yes, real Cinnamon Life into the real plate, into the real bowl. There it is. And let's go ahead and crack into this one. Oh wow, look, this is a very like high durability bag. That's crazy. Like this bag is kind of just a flimsy plastic bag kind of a thing. It's the typical cereal bag material. This one feels really thick, like almost like it's industrial or something. That's kind of crazy. All right, so going ahead and pouring the fake. Come back, no, no. We kind of have to have a similar amount just so that way like spoon doesn't give it away. Oh wow, they actually, you know what? They do look pretty similar. They do look similar indeed. There's the real, there's the fake. I did learn my lesson actually with the last randomization. I'm gonna move these closer to the center just so that way I don't accidentally bump them with my big old hands while I'm doing this. So let me put the blindfold back on. And let's do this thing. iPhone. Give him a little spinny spin. Oh yeah. I could be way more aggressive with it like that. Like actually lose track of which one is which. Hopefully hopefully I'm pointing the camera the right way. I genuinely can't see. I have no idea where the camera's pointed. Okay, that's probably enough. So, here, okay. Let me just give it one more spin. Now let's try to find one. I'm actually gonna take it off of the plate and I'm gonna put it right here. And now I'm gonna try to find the spoon, which I think, yep, that's it. Okay, so. I forgot to pour the milk in. I have just realized. All right, let me make sure I'm able to see while I pour the milk in. Okay, we will resume that after I pour the milk in. I definitely need to pour the milk in. Milk makes cereal. And actually, I'm glad I put this little tags on the bottom because I genuinely do not remember which bowl has the real and which bowl has the fake, especially on these. Like actually, it's funny because like the boxes are so different looking, but like the cereals actually look exactly the same. Okay. Oh, that's a lot of milk. Let's add a little bit more to this one. Just to kind of aim for some consistency there. Mixing take 2. I'm sure you guys are like, where's the milk? Where's the milk? Yeah, all right, let's mix this. Maybe it should be too aggressive. I don't want that milk sloshing everywhere. Even though y'all might be able to see. If it is, I have no idea. All right, a little bit more. Okay, I think that's plenty. So find the spoon, which I believe is right there, okay. And I'm going to, once again, grab that one. Is it the same one? Is it a different one? I have no idea. All right. Well, let me go ahead. Oh, I can tell the plate has moved a lot more towards the edge. Wow, that's scary. Okay, note to self, next time you do one of these Lazy Susan things, make sure you kind of keep control of the Lazy Susan. Okay. It's the way I was checking to see the orientation of the spoon, because last time the spoon was upside down, which is hilarious. Okay. Ooh, don't spill. I did overfill this with milk. I really want to say this is real. Familiar crunch. The one thing I'll say is not necessarily the consistency, but like the density, I guess, or maybe the crunch. I am on the fence with this one. I think it's real. It tastes exactly like Cinnamon Life. It's the exact same taste, the exact same flavor. Everything about it is right. It just feels a little different. But it's not like significantly different. It might just be that I've not had Cinnamon Life in a while and I kind of forgot about how it actually is. Okay, let's try the second one. Where is it? Here it is. I need to know. I might have eaten all of that. I don't know. I genuinely was enjoying it. Like, I was like, this is so good. Oh, wow. Okay. No. The cat is out of the bag. This one is 100% the Aldi brand, the Millville. It has a different cinnamon taste to it. The cinnamon is a lot stronger, shall we say. Especially when I'm exhaling through my nose. I can feel a cinnamon, like you know, there's a really strong like cinnamon kind of aftertaste, even in my nose when I'm exhaling. Like it's that kind of an aftertaste where you feel it in your nose, you know what I mean? The cinnamon is really, really strong with this. Like it's really strong. And it tastes maybe a bit more like actual cinnamon, if as crazy as that is. I like it actually. I actually really like that. It's different, but it's actually a good different, you know what I mean? All right, now 100%, if you poured me this, and I didn't know what it was, I didn't get to see the box, I would be able to tell this is not the real thing. This is, the taste is completely off. I would be able to tell immediately that this is not the real thing. I might have to figure that out for myself at some point somehow, like look for the box in your cupboard or something. I have no idea. Not to be rude, it'd just be because I'm curious. It'd be like, did they change the way it is, or like, is this a different one? I have no idea. Yep, I'm keeping this one as fake, and wherever the other one is, somewhere around here, as real. Ooh, very bright. All right, let's see what I got. So this one I said was real. Yes, I nailed it. This one is in fact the real one. In fact, I really should be checking like this. That one is real, as you can see. Which, yeah, this one is definitely the fake one. Not bad, though. Like, really not. And I hope I wasn't, like, over here when I was holding the ramekin. Yep, fake. As you can see, I know it's upside down, but that's all y'all got it. That's all y'all got to know. Yeah, this is 100% the same Cinnamon Life that I've known my entire life. You get it? Life. Very familiar. Very much the exact same cereal that I remember ever since I was a little kid. Like I say, I've never had Millville brand anything, so this is completely different. Wow, what an experience, actually. Seriously, that was actually a lot of fun. I want to do this again. I'm not sure what I will do next time. I do want to try different stores, too. Somebody told me a Trader Joe's cereal that is disgusting. And I'm very curious about that, but I unfortunately forget. I think it's their Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I think their Cinnamon Toast Crunch at Trader Joe's is just like not great. Man, that might need to be the next thing I don't know. I'm thinking a lot about that. Like, I really want to try that. I gotta say though, Millville, and I do know they have some that are not good. I've heard from other people that go to Aldi that there are some cereals that are, quite frankly, not convincing at all. And I would love to try those at some point. I definitely will have to do another one of these videos. I need to try Frosted Flakes. I haven't had those in years, literal years, like decade, probably a decade, not even kidding. So that would actually be a really interesting one because I think I remember how, excuse me. So that might actually be a really interesting one because I think I remember how that one tastes, but at the same time, I might not. So, plus who knows, maybe Frosted Flakes has changed. I don't know. I haven't heard of them changing recently. I think they're still the same. Let me go ahead and finish these off while they're not soggy, and then I'll get back to you guys. All right. Let's put this away and I'll be right back. Man, that was legitimately a fun experience. I'm really glad that I happen to like all of these cereals. And I do think that both of the ones that are from Millville are actually pretty good contenders for being the real thing. So if you're looking to save some money on these cereals in particular, I actually definitely recommend Honey Grams. Honey Grams especially, like this is really, really close to the real thing. And the balance, it's good. Like I say, the cinnamon is a lot stronger. It also tastes a lot more cinnamony, if that makes sense. But that's not a bad thing, guys. That is not a bad thing at all. If anything, that's a good thing. So you know what? This is a really, really awkward position to film in. I've been up here most of the time, I think. I've just been noticing. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. So thank you guys so very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.